me in there. And I don't know why they've shrunk the screen on Zoom. So I am going to go figure out how to widen my screen. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Almost there. There we are. Oh, yeah, and then a wide screen. Then you guys are in the corner now. Oh, I can. Okay. All right, here we go. And speaking of that, I got drum medicine music today for the root chakra. All right, so have your weights and your loop band nearby, and if you need a place to, sit down to put the loop band on, we do some standing work, just have a little something nearby. I'll put my stool there. All right, here we go. Okie dokie. Let's take our parallel and bending the knees straight ahead and shoulder roll. Breathing deeply right away. And a backstroke. Good, then let's go to our little Pilates V, and we're going to take a bend in the knees, and we're going to outward rotate the arms, palms up, and a little press back. Good, then out to a wide parallel. And it's back to the bend of the knees, and we're going to press out. We're going to stick our tail out a little bit. It's a little flat back, in, and out. Belly button in there. Got it. Then outward rotate some more. Angle out. Let's go down in a deep, wide squat. More stretch. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, come back in somewhere in between, soften the knees, let's figure eight. Let it go up the spine, shoulders, neck. Good, and then on to rotation and flop. Look behind you if you can. Got it. All right. Let's go ahead and take our weights. And let's come back to that little Pilates position we were just in and add the weights to that same move. So we're going to out rotate and good. Then just stay out on this next one and add your bicep curls. Just pull that belly button back in case you're arching in your lumbar there. And just listen to your shoulders. If anything doesn't feel right, don't do it, and just move on to something that might, or just pause and breathe for a moment. All right, very good. Now, back to parallel. We're going to take a straight kick forward, and let's come to the goal post. We're usually here, but let's stay wide as we kick to the front, kick to the front. keep that breath moving. Pulling in that core nice and deep. You got it. All right. Then we're going to take our, let's actually just go to a wide position for a moment. We're going to take our deadlift out to the side. You can keep your elbows a little soft. You don't have to go very high. Just core in. We're going to bend and straighten or lift and look. You got it. Let's take a shoulder roll there. And then we're going to come back. I'm just going to turn to the side to show you. So back to a little parallel. You're going to bend the knees. You're going to keep a nice flat back as you hinge forward. Activate that core for support. Pull the elbows back. And then tricep press. Also feeling those shoulder blades are kind of down out of your ears, slid down into your back pockets or toward them. Good. All right. Then I'm going to have us do, I'm going to show you this from the side too. We're just going to do a standing lunge. And you're just going to do one that you can hang on to, keep your balance, keep your pelvis in neutral, core, just this front knee a little bent, back heel down. We're just going to stay here, and we're just going to do an alternating, little, what looks like a running arm, over-exaggerated running arm. So just go as slow as you need to, keep your eyes straight ahead for your balance. Keep breathing. But really feel nice movement through the shoulders. Feel your blades moving. And you get to keep your balance. Good. And then we're just going to switch it out. So other foot forward. A little bend of that knee. Center. Just find this side. And then add your running arm and your breath. Go as slow as you need to. You got it. All right, shake that out. Shake, shake, shake. Little shoulder roll. And let's see here. Let's do this one. So we're going to come back to a parallel for a moment. See if I can get this in the screen. You're just going to bring, careful of your knuckles. You're going to bring your little weights together behind the head. Belly button in. And we're going to see if we can just do, first things first, just move the arms to straight elbow and bend at 90, straight and bend. All right, but this is going to create quite an arc in your back, so just activate more core and your pelvis in the front to counter it. Good. And then ease those down. Excellent. All right. Let's back to a little standing at the end. So let's go ahead down. Have your band nearby. All right. Good, good. Okie dokie. Let's do this one first. Let's tuck a foot in. We're having a heat wave here this week, so it's a lot warmer than it normally is. Let's take a flex and point for a moment. And then ease that torso forward over that thigh. Let your head fall forward gently. And up. Then we're going to take opposite hand slide down the outer leg. Ease that forward again. Big breath. And relaxing as many muscle groups as you can here. Ease that up and switch it out. So other side, flex and point first. And then relax the foot. Let's just go forward first without the hand. Let the back and the hips release. Let the neck release. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Then we'll lift up and now add the hand slide down the outer leg. Keep that breath moving. Yay. Alright, give that a little shake. And then we haven't done this one in a while. Bottoms of the feet together, but feel free to create a large diamond here and not force the ankles in. And we're just going to take a walk of the torso forward toward the feet. Then we're going to walk over to one thigh. Over to the other thigh. Big breath. And back to center. And then back up. Yay. Give that a little shake. Okie dokie. Let's come on down. Just have your props nearby. And center up on your mat, your pelvis, your shoulders, your head. All right, just relax the arms for a moment and take your 6 to 12. And really just begin to sigh now. Relax the jaw, the neck. Let it all go. And 3 and 9. Right cheek press, left cheek press. Isolating just the pelvis as much as you can. And then circle all the way around that pelvic clock one way. About 3 times. And reverse. And then find your center right on that sacrum and take a nice exhale. Let your ribs settle and let that deep pelvic floor pull in and up, activating your transversus. Then we're going to pick up each foot, Re-cinch that waist as you go to your toe touches. And then flex the heels and go to your heel touches. Good. Grab the knees, give it a little hug. Send your body some love and appreciation. And then circle those femurs or thighs nice and wide. And reverse. You got it. Let's place the feet back down. Let's take our... Okay, we're going to try a couple things here. We're going to take our loop and place it around our thighs. And you can bring them all the way up, resituate clothing, upper thigh, or, well, lower thigh, technically, toward the knee. All right, then we're going to bring our feet back down and find that neutral pelvis again for a moment. All right, let's concentrate here where we're going to just, with a neutral pelvis and your core fire, just do a gentle press out. Well, gentle. You don't have to overdo it. Just a real small press into the band and release. Press into the band and release. So both legs, feet are down. You're just doing a press for right now to make sure everybody's awake and ready for this band work. All right. Good. Now you're going to take a rounded bridge, so 6 o'clock. You're going to peel it up and then peel it back down. So let's just warm this rounded bridge up for 4. So one after another for a moment. You don't have to push into the band, although your legs might just naturally go out a little bit, but we're just trying to warm this up. And one more. All right, now we're going to go back up into our rounded bridge and find our balance. All right, so now the glutes are powered up. Now you're going to add that same press into the band, out equally both sides. Don't let one leg cheat. Equal press. You're good in a little 6, which is going to be different from what we do next. Okay. And you got it. Peel that back down into the mat. Now we're going to warm up a neutral core lift. So now you want to really make sure you keep that crevice in the lap. Gather your center and do a little hydraulic lift and lower. Maybe not even quite as high. Just up and touch. Up so the ribs and the pelvis are traveling together. Not as much butt cheek. And one more there. All right, so now we're going to go back up in neutral bridge. Gather that center and just hover just a few inches off the mat. Now, from neutral, you're going to give a little press into the band and in, press and in. Holding on as much as you can to a bit more of a neutral pelvis. Deep core powered up. So this is to get a little higher around that SI joint. And then bring that back in. Let's just bring those knees in for a moment. Give a little hug and a little side rock, even with the band. Just take a breath there. You got it. All right. From here, let's just bend and straighten the knees, flex and point the feet, and just leave the band there for a moment. Good. All right. So now we're going to bring the knees at half, and we're going to add our weights back in here. So let's take our, let's do our chest fly here. So we're going to take our, from the same position, same idea, you're just going to do an equal press out. And what we're going to do is open both legs, both arms, and then close both center. So this is the rounded arm like a hug a tree or hug a beach ball. You open all fours and close center. Equal press out, close. Out, and in, out, and in. And we're breathing, and we're powering up that core, and we're getting so strong. Oh yeah. You got it. All right. Take a pause. Then just place the weights down. We're going to now move that band up to the lower leg and mid shin, and we are going to do our we're going to come back to our goal post position, and you're just going to do again a little press, equal press as you press up. And I'm going to let you figure out your coordination on this one. You figure out which one wants to do what. The legs out and in, and the arms touching and up. A little more challenging. Challenging our coordination today. You got it. All right. That's good there. Let's take that band back off momentarily. We can do some other things. Okie dokie. I want to come back to, I'm going to come back to knees in. We're going to go back to our toe touches, and we're going to bring our elbows into our ribs. So again, a little bit of coordination. So you're going to toe touch again, and then you're just going to figure out where to lift your weights straight up, and then touch the elbows again. So go as slow as you need to. Just a little coordination again. Belly button in. Cinching that waist. Still breathing. Good. Now pause. Flex the heels. And let's see if we can reverse which side might have been up as you press up. Doesn't matter. Just keep moving and breathing. You're doing it. Make sure those shoulder blades stay nice and grounded. You got it. All right, take a pause. And then just place the feet down and leave them there for a moment while I don't want you thinking too hard on this next one. So we're going to do the same tricep placement. Elbows at 90, careful of your head. Your weights are going to be touching as you bend and straighten here. You got it. All right, ease those back down. Let's take a moment here. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna bring the knees back in. Sorry for that moment of mental lapse. I'm gonna lift the legs back up. We're gonna point those feet. We're gonna hang on to one thigh, and we're gonna let the other leg float straight down and back up. Other side, straight down and back up. Long knees, reaching those toes to the sky. Good. Then bend both knees, and we're gonna take our arms overhead. Just let your legs hang out there for a moment, and let's just do half upper body curls with our thighs in, feet off the ground. Inhale, go back. Exhale, curl. Very good. Now we're gonna do that imaginary ear to arm connection a little harder, where we curl, let the arms travel with the ears, then separate. Then wait for them to get to the ears, and then come down. So exhale, they curl together, they separate, and you kind of curl a little bit more. You wait for the arms, and then you go back. One more. You got it. And place the feet back down. Good. Just give a little pelvic rock there for a moment with your feet down. All right. And then I'm going to have you place your palms up and around your sacrum for protection while we work on one more little series here. So feet back up, knees back in, legs back up. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to keep that lumbar touching the mat as you belly pull in nice and deep, and slowly let the legs lower, maybe a foot and a half, and bring them back up. All right, don't overdo this. This is intense low abdominals, but it's also really wants to pull on your lumbar, and we don't want that. We just want to get strong without sacrificing the back. So just a little bit past your center, past your 90 still is good stuff. Okay? Just don't go too crazy. Exhale. Just make sure you are drawing in and up through that deep pelvic floor, through that low abdominals, from the pelvis. Keep the lumbar glued to the mat so you don't arc. One more. You got it. All right. So we're going to bend the knees in, and we're going to bring our elbows right next to our ribs. We've done this before. It's just been a while. This is a coordination exercise, not a coordination, but a coordinated one with Pilates, where you're going to you're going to do the upper core, right? So you're going to do your upper curl, and you're just going to press those arms out just off the mat. Okay, that's the one part, while you send up and out the legs just a little bit from your 90 at the same time. So here we go. All together, you curl and reach the legs just past your 90, and then bring it all back to where you started. Inhale, exhale, curl and reach. Inhale back. You can feel that little vibration. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. Then one more. We can do it. Very good. Just hold on to the knees for a moment and sigh. Working hard, working hard. All right, if you feel like you can do another series, what we're going to do is one more set of that. You're going to hold the legs out there and scissor open and close twice. All right? If that's too much for you right now, just stop and do something else. We'll be right there with you. But let's see if we can do it. So, elbows back in place. You're going to take a breath. Pull that deep core in as you press and curl. Hold, open and close, bring it back. Yay! Try it again. Exhale, curl, hold, and open, close, bring it in. Can we do one more? Maybe? You can do it. Curl, exhale, open, close. Open, close. We did it. Yay, team. Give yourself a hug. Let's send those legs all the way to the floor and stretch those arms out. Make a big X with your body on the floor for a moment. Just wiggle. Wiggle whatever needs to wiggle. And sigh. Good work, everybody. Yay. All right, ease those legs back up into the mat, but just off the mat, and let's take a double knee fold to one side. Up and over. And then back to center. Let's take ankle across one knee. Give a little butterfly wing for a moment. And then a figure four in. Flex the front foot, chin back down, breathe it out. And back down. Second side, butterfly wing first. Just easy, loosey-goosey in that hip. And figure four in. Front foot, chin down, breathe it out. You got it. Then circle around the clock again. Quick check-in. And reverse. Rock, whatever feels good. All right. We are going to come to sideline. And we're going to bring that weight into place in front of us. All right, we've already done quite a bit of outward rotation. So let's just bend the knees just to be in this position for the arm for a moment. All right, we're gonna pick up the weight. We've done this before, and we're just gonna glue that elbow next to the ribs as you outward rotate and then back to parallel. Outward rotate. Okay, this is gonna get right into your rotator cuff, Lori. So listen and honor. Good. Then outward rotate, leave it up, and then just glide it slowly toward the sky, and then elbow back to your side. Nice and graceful. Now we're going to add those two together. You're going to come back to parallel. You're going to outward rotate, lift, touch, back to parallel. Outward rotate, reach, touch, back to parallel. Rotate, reach. One more. And gracefully back down. All right. So we're going to move that out of the way. And we're going to take our, let's go ahead and take the legs back to straight. And we're going to outward rotate them. And we're going to draw that big toe along the bottom leg. We're going to bring that knee in, leg up, flex, and control it down. So we'll glide in, up. And one more up. We're going to take a hold and stretch. So bend that bottom knee to balance. Easier. Grab where you can on this leg. Release. Straighten the knee as much as you can and relax the thigh as much as you can. As you glide it towards your ear. And ease that back down. All right, we're going on to the other side. Just have a weight nearby. All right, so knees are bent just to help us stabilize here. Elbow in, weight at parallel. And we're going to go back to the slow outward rotation to parallel, outward rotation and parallel. So if anything hurts, you can take the weight out of anything and just do the movement, or just do something else that feels better. Alright, next time it's up, go ahead and slowly reach it to the sky and then touch the elbow down. Nice and graceful. Now we're going to add the two together. So back to the parallel, outward rotate, smoothly up and smoothly down, parallel, outward rotate, up. One more, we can do it. Yay. Alright, and bring that down. Let that arm relax. Let's take our legs back out to straight. Outward rotate that top leg. Glide the big toe in. Knee toward the shoulder. Leg up to the sky. Flex and control it down. up. It's a stretch. So bend the bottom knee, grab where you can, ease that leg towards you. As straight a knee as possible. Release the thigh in the front. And you'll allow the hamstrings to open more. And bring that back down. All right, we're gonna roll to our bellies, but we are going to come all onto the elbows and then just scoot up into child's pose for a moment. And then back up onto all fours. All right, we're gonna bring our weights just near the mat. From all four, we're going to take a nice long spine, pull up that core, and then we're going to take one weight. Once we're in good alignment, we're just going to do a low row pull from right along the ribs. Good. Place that one off. Recenter for a moment, and then take the other side. So it's just a bent elbow glides right next to the ribs, and then touches the mat. Good. And back up. And now let's take a C curve. Pull the ribs up, drop the head. Excuse me. And release out. All right, I am going to get you back up so we can do just a few more fun things. So tuck the toes, come through your squat. Hold there for a little calf Achilles stretch. And then bottoms up, hang upside down. And then soften the knees to slowly round up. And give everything a little shake. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have a seat, and I'm going to have you put your band on one last time to the thighs. And then we're going to walk like a little mermaid. And we're going to walk over to our weights, and we're going to use our core and our knees to gently pick those back up. Oh yeah, everything mindful. And then we're going to come to our little side runway here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that, we're going to center the pelvis first, pull that core in. We're going to stay straight knee this time. And we're going to go open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close for 4, and then go back. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, and then do a quick check, because my pelvis wants to anteriorly tilt for that, so really keep activating there. And now we're just going to add a little delt, and in, a little delt lift, and in, 2, da-da, and 4, da-da, going back. Oh, 1, and 2. Where's your pelvis? And 3. I gotta go get mine. And 4. Up. We can do it again. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. And a 4. Almost there. A 1. Where's your pelvis? Go get it. Center it up. 3. And 4. Yay, team. All right, take a shoulder roll. We're almost there, I swear. All right. So now what I want to do is come back to a move. We've done all this before, but we've done from an outward rotation. I'm going to do the arms just first. We've done a really slow, so you can see, overhead touch and a really slow coming down, right? So we've done all that before, and you just go slow because your blades are having a clunk along your ribs. Okay, nice smooth movement. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to step out, and we're going to hold while we do that beautiful arm movement. Then we're going to come back to center. Then we're going to step out the other side. Out, hold, slightly bend the knees, belly in. You hold for a beautiful movement, and then you glide it back in. So all nice and smooth. Knees a little bit. Get a little press in the band again. Just check in on the pelvis. Where did it go? Did the tail just hightail it out of there? Boy, there was a pun. All right, and then try one more each side. Bring that tail straight underneath you. One more, we can do it. Yay, look at us go. Okay, wobble over somewhere to put your weights down. And then wobble back to your stool to take your band off. Oh yeah, woo! And now the legs just feel amazing, right? Okay, yes. So actually, let's flick, because I feel like flicking. Let's flick to the front, and you can flick those arms, hands. Woo! Let's flick to the front diagonal. We're flicking and we're letting go of all kinds of stuff. Then we're going to flick to the sides. Flick, flick, loosey-goosey. You got something on your shoe. Try to get it off. Then you're going to flick to the back diagonal. Whew. Yeah, whatever's back there. So let go of that. Woo! And then just flick. Well, it's a little harder to flick straight back, but whatever you got, just go straight back. You can do a little twist. And then just come back and just wiggle. Shake, vibrate, like you're on a power plate. How much can you vibrate? I'm just like wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'm loving this. This movement really gets lymph going and get your energy going. And then you can also just shake stuff out. Woo! Right? And just take a moment and just get it out. Anything that's left, punch it out for a moment. Careful of your shoulder, Lori. Punch, 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 punch. There we go. Yeah. All right. Okay, good. Hey, team. We're getting it. All right, now let's reach up and inhale. Some peace to go balance out all that GER. And exhale. Keep letting it go. Got to keep moving it, right? So it doesn't settle somewhere and make weird stuff happen in our bodies. We just got to keep moving it. Inhale. The love, the peace. Don't forget the joy. Counterbalance all this. And one more. For a beautiful week. We're going to give ourselves a hug. We're going to remember that we are loved, and we are loved, and we are light. And we just got to keep coming back. We just got to keep moving that and crazy energy and just keep coming back to our hearts. So let's end there with a little heart coherence. So just breathe it in, close your eyes for a moment. And let's add something to it. So we've been very active today. Let's inhale more love. And let's exhale gratitude for our bodies and everything else in our life that you can think of. So inhale the love that we are, the love in our hearts. Exhale more gratitude. And just keep that breathing going until you feel things settle. Yay. All right, my lovelies. Keep coming back to your heart, to your breath, to what we know is true. And just resonate there as often as possible and move and breathe and love and do from that place as much as we can. Thanks, lovelies. Thanks for being here, working out with me.